Death Watch.
All right, so the giants lay dead, and people are milling about in the field there in the mud. So as soon as the giants fall, like a great wailing begins amongst the villagers. Two of them are so despondent they simply run and toss themselves into that pit. And another one picks up a jagged rock and cuts her throat, and she falls to the ground. So they're all just freaking out now, screaming, arguing with each other, crying, right? Because you remember that, they'd constantly said they'd all be killed if anything happened or if you were spotted. So there you go.
Well, I think we need to find out what they are afraid of attacking them and go and attack that immediately.
I agree with that, but I think finding out about it is going to be a little too long. I think we need to just grab what's his name and go.
Okay.
Preferably if we could even make them think that we just came out of the mountain or something. We weren't here last night. This is the first time we've been here. We have no affiliation with them. Because I also think that they're not going to tell us anything.
Yeah, I don't think they will either. Well, let's... I had a thought of trying to send them back the way we had came, but I don't know if they would survive that.
No, we almost didn't survive it.
Meat grinder. It'd be like playing lemons.
It might be easier on them, depending on if we're able to make it to their masters in time.
Yeah. So that's all approach. I didn't write his name down.
The story keeper guy.
Yeah, story keeper dude, and tell him that.
That is Beligal.
All right. Yeah. So I'll approach Beligal and tell him that we couldn't just sit by while these things slaughtered you guys, but point us in the direction of the master of this place, and we'll be
all right, and
we'll kill him.
Yeah, well, he's over here, and he's watching all this, and he's not listening to you because he's getting people calmed down, and it seems to be working. People are chilling out, and they're sort of, coming closer. But he turns and he looks at you and he says, "Thank you so much for that. I know this isn't a good reaction, but we appreciate what you've done for us. But it has made things worse because that was Hank and Harn, and their family will miss them, and they'll come and wipe us all out. Hank and Harn were dim-witted. Their mother dashed their heads against the cave wall when they were born because she was upset they weren't girls. They didn't die, but their brains never fully formed. Their brothers and sisters, and especially their mother, are a lot more intelligent, a lot more cunning, and certainly more cruel."
Are they the ones that are running this place?
No.
Or are they just overseers?
Yeah, they come about from time to time to select people to leave with them. I don't know what happens. I suspect they are eaten. And I also suspect they're used in their mother's dark sorcery. So he explains that Mama Baga is her name. And the Baga is the family name of all these giants. And he thinks that she uses them for dark sorcery. He says there's tales passed down of times in the past when she has come to the village and cast evil spells on people, turning them into hideous mutations or afflicting them with disease. Her magic is also said to be the reason why our birth rate is so high, despite our near starvation and poor health. But we haven't had any of the others visit the village in a long, long, long time. And the last time that anyone besides Hank and Harn came, Shove Baga, he came and I was just a child then, and he caught Hank and Harn squishing people with boulders as a competition, and he beat them mercilessly until they were blubbering and bawling, and it was quite a long time before Hank and Harn showed any cruelty again, but eventually the lesson faded from their slow minds, and they've slowly been increasing in viciousness in recent years. So while that is happening, Graham, what are you doing?
Well, hysteria would have an effect on. I'd get kind of caught up in it, and I'd, be trying to calm these guys,
Okay.
the villagers down. Explaining they don't need to be afraid anymore. That sort of thing.
All right.
Badly, probably.
Have you guys ever had anybody fight back?
How could we?
I'm not asking necessarily how. I'm just
No,
more
it's-
want to know if there's ever been a time when anybody's ever tried to fight back.
Well, if there was, the story didn't pass down of it. All right, so Casimir, this conversation's happening. So you turn and you look at something out of the corner of your eye, and you see the boy that the giants had been attempting to play catch with. So he's a toddler, and he's toddling his way over to his mother where she lay on the ground. So here's what you see. His age is difficult to guess because he lacks the chubby appearance of babies, and his cheeks are hollow and his belly is distended. But he makes his way in the clumsy yet deliberate manner of young children. And in his eyes that you see his true age, they have a haunted look that's jarringly out of place. His eyes have seen too much that his mind can't yet decipher. You notice also that he looks around constantly, wary of danger that he should not yet be able to worry about. So he reaches his mother and squats down. And he's looking at her in the way of babies who look not with recognition, but to seek understanding of the object in front of them and what ways it can be manipulated or acted upon. So he shakes her and she doesn't respond. So that's what you see this happen. You see in real time this look of terror erupt on his face. And it, babies' faces aren't meant for that. So it looks almost alien to you. But it does fire a memory in your mind. So Caradir and Elred's faces flash. Those are your twin little brothers, flash to the fore of your mind. Playful almost to the point of annoyance and always trying to follow you everywhere you went and always pestering you with questions, but good little brothers. The memory flashes through your mind many years ago when they were perhaps 2. Elred had fallen asleep on the porch watching Dad steaming cut lumber outside to give it the shape he needed for a new boat he was making. And you were attempting to sew a tear in your stocking, and Caradir was by turns attempting to tear it from your hands and rolling around on the floor near to the fireplace. He was at the age where walking was still not a guaranteed endeavor, and you just happened to look up to see him trip and fall headlong toward the fire. And with speed and reflexes that cannot be fully believed afterward, you sprang from your seat and caught him about the waist and yanked him back just before he fell into the flames. In a split instant, your vision tunneled and your heart fought madly to tear its way out of your body through the base of your throat. As the adrenaline wreaked havoc on you, your knees and arms began to shake and you let out an explosive breath as it all washed over you. What stands out the sharpest to you about that day, every time you think about it, is that despite how close he had come to a horrific injury, Caradir had laughed himself blue as you pulled him away. He had no idea that he was in danger. He didn't even know the concept. In his mind, his big brother had merely jumped out of the chair and began to wrestle with him. So you haven't understood why that laughter always stood out the most in that memory, rather than your heroic burst of speed or even the fear of what might have happened. But you understand now as you watch this child, likely the same age Caradir had been, but with the childlike ignorance and innocence scoured away by harshness and cruelty. So as you look on, reliving this memory, he begins to try putting the shattered bits of her skull back together. And what strikes you is that even though this is happening, and he's clearly terrified, he's still not crying.
Mm.
And so when you look at the other kids, you notice that too, despite all the commotion and that can cause children to cry because, they don't understand what's going on. None of them are. It's like they've all learned that it won't do any good.
Yeah.
But as you're watching that, you think for a second that you see her chest rise a little bit, the mother.
I think I'll see if I can pull Finrith away from his talk with what's his name, Belagal,
Mm-hmm.
and see if maybe under the guise of perhaps we could spare some real quick time and see if we could heal any of the wounded that we caused up. But perhaps first we start with the mother just in case, and I'll go over and I'll pick up the kid if he'll let me.
Okay. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does let you. And he's, he keeps looking at his mom, and he'll look back at you. He's perfectly placid and calm, which is not how it should be.
Yeah.
All right. Can I do a heal check on the mom to see if I can any signs of life?
Well, what is your heal skill? What is your score?
A +11.
You can see that she's still barely clinging to life just by when you walk up to her.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll start with her then. So cure critical.
All right. So you lean down and you place your hands on her and you cast this spell. It seems to you that it's way stronger than it ought to be. And just like that, she's as good as new, right? So what you notice is more than just her head is made whole again, but it has other effects as well. Like, you're doing an examination and her fingernails seem to fit better in her fingers, and, calluses and blisters go away. So anyway, her eyes flutter open, but she's absolutely confused. She has no idea what's going on.
I'll explain to her that through the blessing of I can't even remember the name.
Ilona? Or Corlon Lorathian?
Yeah, Corlon Lorathian, that she is alive again to raise her kid.
Right. Well, she doesn't understand the words, but she struggles to her feet, and she rushes over to Casimir with her hands out.
Yeah, give her kid back.
Anyway, so that's going on. So Belagol has said they're surely going to come wipe us all out now.
Do you know
We can't stand against
where
it.
they come from? Like, just where they exit this area at?
Right. Well, he says, I sort of know.
Okay.
So north of the village, you'll find some forest where the fruit trees grow. And when they're in season, that's where we go work. And they always come from that direction. And then if you go further north and a little west, you'll reach a dead forest. Although it seems like the trees might not actually be dead, but you'll definitely see what I mean. And it's in there somewhere, I think.
Okay. So,
But it's a fool's errand.
why do you say that?
Well, you'll be killed. They're too strong. And Mama Baga's magic is too evil. And you've already done enough for us.
'Cause, you've seen our strength, so I think that we can handle it. But the real question, do we want to plan and wait here for them to come, or do we want to take it to them? I would say let's go to them.
We need to go now. We've already started a timer. You have already started a timer for us. We need to kill them all now.
Yeah,
So there's 2 for go right now.
I may be able to track them back to their home.
Okay.
They're big enough. They should leave tracks.
Let's
Path clean
Right.
through
So
the
while
trees.
after he explains this to you, all the people have, pushed around and they're listening to what's going on. And some guy shouts, even if they stop the giants, they are still going to kill us all, or worse, we're doomed. Some in the crowd mumble their agreement, but Belial says they'd be doing us a favor. How many years have we lived and toiled in endless misery praying for deliverance? This is the answer to our silent prayers. They are the answer to our prayers. I have no intention of continuing like this. If they fail, I'll not be long joining them in death. And then he, like a wild maniac, darts over to the nearest house and he grabs a draw hoe and slices one of the seemingly endless snakes' head off. Right, and when that happens, it's like every single villager gasps at the same time in horror. And he doesn't pause. He just raises that hoe and brings it down again and starts killing snakes. And within a couple of seconds, people start to join him. And in very short order, there's dozens of dead snakes. Even some of the kids are joining in on it.
We're also going to need directions, if we haven't got it already, for the people that oversee the overseers.
Yeah, that's I'll grab was Belial and ask him to
Hold, calm down.
Yeah,
Stop killing snakes for a second.
can you show us where they are?
There we go. Yeah. Well, he does. And you can see he points off to the west, and there's some hills about 10 miles away. They're not very tall, but he says they're just on the other side of that. Just on the other side of those hills, there's a ring of lava, and there's a bridge, and you'll be able to see the keep way before you get there.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I'll just let him know before we head out to make ready, in case they send somebody or something, as you guys can fight them too, as you already have the tools at hand.
Yeah. So someone shouts, "Hey, we can eat these," and very quickly, people start gathering up all these snakes and start building a fire. But yeah, he tells you, you go north through the woods, and eventually you'll come to some dead ones. And once you're there, you go a little west, and then north until you hit the mountain wall. And from there, you go west, and eventually you should find it, or they'll find you.
We should probably remind him not to let the people eat as much as they can.
Oh yeah, I'll give him that information again to be cautious how much they eat and drink.
Make snake broth
for the next few days.
Time.
What's that?
With the rations?
Yeah, I did before, but now that they've all found a source of food that he's not controlling, I'll point it out again.
Yeah, he just nods at you.
We need to go.
Yep. So we'll take our leave. I'll ask Rohan if he can find tracks to just help affirm that we're moving in the right direction.
Yeah. So I'm guessing I don't know if we actually saw where they came in from, but it should be fairly obvious, right?
Right, they came from the north, and you can see their tracks because it's real loose ground. So,
Okay. Yeah, once we get to the edge of the village and it actually starts going into the forest, then I'll start actually tracking them. Do you want it in the tower or?
no, you don't need to. You don't need to roll.
Oh, but I like the roll.
All right, so here is sort of the layout of where you're at. So here's the village and the farmland. And here's those hills that he told you about. And he says the keep is just on the other side of those hills. But for the giants, he said to head north. And you do. And so pretty quickly you reach some tropical trees. And you can easily see their tracks as you go. As you walk north from the village, in no time you enter the heavily wooded area filled with large, tall trees with bare trunks almost all the way up to the top, where branches spread wide. Various large fruits grow in them, and many of the trees have rickety, dangerous-looking scaffolding erected to allow workers to reach the fruit. And as soon as you left town, you didn't see snakes anymore. There's no signs of snakes, but there are plenty of flying, biting pests to trouble you with their seeming compulsion to fly directly into your eyes or ears. And though the heat and humidity is nothing new to you, the stifling and drab grayness from the ash-blocked sun and the endless insects quickly sour your mood. You'd been given very vague directions, and Belagal had admitted he was really only guessing. But now you are walking through these trees. So they almost look to be farmed in a sense. So there's not things on the ground. Like any leaves that fell would have been taken and used, for their homes or clothing or whatever. So the ground is actually pretty clear underneath these trees. And you don't see a lot of wildlife either besides those insects. So there are a few places where the trees are tightly packed together, but mostly it's pretty easy travel. And the ground overall is basically flat. Yeah, that's all you're seeing right now.
So yeah, I'll range out ahead, probably a few hundred yards.
Okay.
And hide and move silently as I move.
Right, so go ahead and roll then.
Okay.
In the tower.
Alright, so the hide and move silently.
Okay. All right, so you're ranging out ahead and you're creeping through the woods, and it's pretty easy because the ground's pretty soft. And you see the tracks of Ingold off to the west, and you follow those for a way. And then up ahead you spot what looks to be dead trees. It's like there's almost like some invisible solid line that goes through the woods, and on one side it's living, and on the other these thick, gnarled black trees that don't seem to bear any fruit or leaves.
Okay.
And that's the direction the tracks are headed.
All right. I'll stay ahead and keep following the tracks.
Okay. So Ron, eventually you get to this point. And you've walked through the dead trees a bit and then headed north a little. And so you come to a stop here at that edge of a sort of a lava river there that's headed, that goes into. So all this ground is real rough and grassy, and there's just a ton of these dead trees all nestled up against each other. But and visibility is not very good. Some of this grass is as tall as you. But from where you are, you just so happen to catch a glimpse over to the right where you see this big ledge, and it catches your eye because you can see like stuff on top of it, like a wood pile or whatever.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's where you are. That's what you see right now. And you do a listen.
Sorry. Is that supposed to be in the tower?
Yeah, but it's okay. You do hear talking and laughing.
Okay. Hearing that, I'm going to sneak back to my companions.
Okay.
And tell them that we're going to need to move forward quietly. I'm going to stare at Fenrith. When I say that.
I have no choice.
I'm just as bad as he is.
Yeah, true. But, yeah, I'll tell them that I see what may be an encampment up ahead, and I heard voices coming from it.
Okay. All right.
You guys, we can walk up quietly, but do you want to get close and see what you can see?
Yeah. What are we walking quietly past?
Yeah. Or into.
Yeah, I can sneak ahead, but just wanted to warn you as you get closer.
All right. Do you want the move silently?
Yes, please.
Okay. Do you want hide as well?
If you're trying to hide, sure.
Do I need another one or?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you guys end up here where Rohan is.
Yes, giant Fenrith. Sorry, is that a clue to how loud I was being?
That's the radius of the noise you're making.
Yeah,
What the heck was that? That was like 20 feet?
I think that might have
not
been
bad,
more
actually.
than 20 feet. Because I was zoomed all the way out and I was taking up a good like 10, 12 squares there.
All right. So, Rohan, you wanted to do what?
I was going to sneak a little bit closer. Use the path without a trace ability so I can move through the underbrush.
Okay.
I think that's what it's called, wasn't it?
All right. So
No, Woodland Stride.
So what do we got? Fenrith and Rohan, Graham, Casimir. All right. Go ahead, Rohan.
So yeah, I'm just a little arrow. Kind of move up through the trees to try to get a good vantage point. Let's like start there.
Okay.
And then kind of skirt my way up along that lava well or whatever it is.
All right. Go back to the first one first.
Yeah, try and find a good path for us to get up there,
Okay.
as well as kind of see
All right.
what I can of their encampment.
Okay. So here, roll your hide and move silently.
Into the tower.
Yeah.
The first one didn't have my modifier on it.
So you get to there, and you can hear talking from up on that ledge, and laughing or whatever. You can't pick out words. So what you see from here is that ledge. That's like 30 feet from the ground to the top, and there's like this this little pond of lava there at the base of it, and that lava stream meets up to it, and that's where it pools. So every last square inch of that ledge is covered in thorny vines, really thick vines with 2-inch thorns. And up above you a little bit, off to the north a little bit, you spot a grisly scene. A large bucket, like big enough for you to fit in, is set on the ground, and there's just dozens of skulls on the ground around it. Do you see that?
Yeah,
Okay, so that's what you see there.
the one right here.
Yeah. I mean, you can see that bucket and a bunch of skulls on the ground.
Okay. And they look like elf skulls or...
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, they do. Okay, what did you guys want to do? You just going to wait for Ron?
I think we were still moving up
Okay.
a little bit at least. And are we in the trees right now?
Yeah,
okay.
you're where he had stopped. And now he's ranged ahead.
So, what do you think, Casimir, Graham? So you think this is a good spot to wait for him?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll wait here then.
Okay.
Trying to conceal ourselves.
All right, Ron, what do you do?
So I can't see a way up the cliffs right now, so I'm going to start moving up towards the north along that cliff face, kind of trying to stay in the tall grass to
Okay.
keep my cover and try and find a way up.
All right. So as you get closer to that bucket, you see there's a lot of skulls inside it as well. And as you move past it and you're looking for a way up, you hear the sound of something thrown through the air, and a skull lands in that bucket, and then you hear raucous laughter from up on the ledge. Right. But from where you're at, right here where you've stopped, you see what looks to be a way up past the ledge, but to the right on the other side of that lava stream there.
Okay.
You can just make out where the ground starts to head up there.
Okay. I'll try and cross and head up and around, see if I can kind of circle around up above and see if it's a good path up.
Okay.
See if there are any obvious traps or snares or anything like that.
All right. So first, do a jump back here.
This is where it all goes bad.
Yep.
You're not climbing though.
I have more ranks to climb than I have to jump.
You trying to counteract your curse? You can't do that. You should put him in the jump.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
The DC just gets higher now.
There we go.
All right. So you go to hop over that stream, and the ground's just too soft, so you don't set as well as you should, and you land with your legs still behind you, dragging through that magma there. And you land on your knee on the other side, so you're able to quickly get your leg out, but it still burns you. And now you're going to want to make your hide move silently to continue on from here.
Okay.
And you'll take 6 damage from that.
Hide. Move silently.
Okay.
Don't worry, Justin. Lava purifies. Look at
Fenrith.
Finrith.
Yeah, I bathed in it.
Came out a new elf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's because he had to regenerate all the parts that got burned off.
I can help you do that too.
Baby arm. Baby legs.
So many comments I want to make that are just not appropriate. He's Winnie the Pooh in it.
Sorry, Joe.
That's fine. It was just my shoes. My feet weren't in them.
That's okay then.
All right. So hide was.
Good. Play with them as much as you want.
All right. Yeah. So go ahead and move yourself where you wanted to go.
Okay. So I wanted to skirt around kind of up in this direction. Once again, trying to stay in the tall grass to give myself as much cover as I can.
They're going to smell burning elf flesh and descend upon you.
Yeah.
All right. Roll a spot into the tower. So when you get to there, you can make out up this ramp here, this earthen ramp. You can make out a few things from there. Here, let me just. So what you can make out is there is a massive pile of rocks at the top of it. You can just make out some barrels, and you can make out the top of a much larger barrel peeking over the rise there.
Okay.
So, and you can still hear the talking, and you also hear another throw and laughter, and the skull thumps on the ground somewhere back there by the bucket. But so far you haven't seen anything. All right. So let's explain what happens here. Okay. All right. So, Casimir, you hear from, actually, all three of you hear the sound of very large footsteps to the north of you, and you hear the sound of branches being pushed out of the way up to the north of you, and all the thick trees and grasses. But go ahead and do spots.
Tower?
No, it's okay.
Oh, okay. I already rolled.
All right. So, you don't see anything, but you definitely hear the sound of something large pushing its way through trees just to the north of you. Figure maybe 50 feet away at most. Sounds close. Okay, Rohan, what do you do?
I guess I'll push a little bit further back into the trees from where I'm at. So a little bit farther north, just to give me a little bit more cover from them, and then start circling my way back towards my companions.
Okay.
And I shouldn't get any like movement penalties or anything like that from the underbrush unless it's magical.
Right. So, you're going to make your way back. Okay, do one more spot into the tower. And then the three of you, what do you do when you hear this sound?
So, do we want to hide or do we want to attack?
Why not both, depending on what it is?
Okay.
I think right now the only thing we have to worry about is, other than the creatures that inhabit this island naturally, is the giants. They're our main concern.
Yeah, so I'll ready my sword and shield and guess position myself, and I'll attempt to hide, I guess.
Did it not cast that? There it goes.
All right, so that's Fenris hide.
Are you gonna hide and ready yourself?
I had been hiding.
Okay.
He's always hiding now.
Yeah.
So, I'll cast invisibility on myself,
Okay.
and I'll go stand near a tree, a little ways off to the right, I guess. And as long as I'm standing still, I got a plus 40 to my hide.
Okay. All right. Yeah, so you guys sort of sink down to varying success. And Rohan, you go. You're making your way back now?
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead.
That water pool or fountain, was there anything interesting about that as I...
Right. So as
Pass
you're
by it.
standing there looking, you do see that there is a waterfall pouring off of the mountain. How high it goes, you can't say because the mist and the ash, but it hits the ground there with pretty significant force, and so it's really loud there. So you can't, it's difficult to hear other things from there. But then it flows a short distance into this pool here, but you don't spot anything in it.
Okay.
Could I delay the invisibility until it sounds like it's actually getting pretty close to us, or... Okay.
I'll do I have time to cast a spell as well?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll do my domain first level.
How well are we hearing them up in the camp?
Oh, I mean,
Do we? Yeah.
you can hear talking, a bass rumbling,
And some laughter.
and some laughter here and there, but you wouldn't be able to make anything out. You can just hear that they're out there.
But this is different, right? What we're
the
hearing.
sound you're hearing
Okay.
is something pushing its way through trees. Yeah.
Yeah. So protection from evil.
Okay. All right. So, Rohan, you're making your way back, and you hear a whisper directly in your ear, like over your right shoulder, and it says, "Where are my sons?"
Remember.
I'd like to declare that when they were casting their spells, or I suppose just when Fenrith was casting his spell, if it had a vocal component, that I moved away from him.
I like that.
So I'll glance over my shoulder and see if there's anyone actually there.
Yeah, there is. There is a large female giant. This one stands out in many ways from others you've seen. For one thing, this is the first female giant you've seen.
Okay.
She's not quite as tall as the men. You estimate that she's perhaps 9 feet at the most. One thing that sets her apart is her armor, which is made of various bones interlaced together. It's very well made and well fitting. The skulls of various creatures hang from strings, and they rattle a little bit as you turn to look at her. She's also shockingly beautiful, as if her proportions were patterned after elves rather than her species. And her hair is so white it seems to glow as it cascades down her back. And her skin is smooth and unmarred by the rough texture and weathered appearance of the other giants. Her eyes draw your attention immediately. Not the dull, flat brown of the others. Hers are large and bright green. And they belie intelligence, but also cruelty. She's carrying a large gnarled staff and has a belt with an assortment of pouches. So she's right there looking down at you. And she says, "Where are my sons?" It's like in a whisper. What do you do?
Full disengage.
Okay.
It's only going to save you from that first 5 foot.
Yeah.
Gonna get it on the with her reach.
Tumble.
Oh, that's true. I'll run.
Okay. Right. Well, yeah, so you take off. She doesn't do anything about it.
Maybe she'll be happy.
So put you where you run to.
Lead her right to us. It's
Guys.
okay.
Put me about there.
Guys, it was so scary.
She was right behind me.
30, 35,
I was sneaking so hard.
45.
It's okay. Her face was probably doing that horror movie thing.
Now, run is how many times you move?
Times
Four.
four, unless you have the feet.
Yeah.
That's times 5.
Okay.
And you gotta remember, I think, like, what is it? No right
Zigzagging.
angles.
Right.
So yeah, that would put me about there.
Does that mean that you
Can't zig and zag.
can't
Serpentine
get natural
pattern.
defense against projectiles anymore? Because you can't zig and zag. You can only run in a straight line.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's why the serpentine pattern doesn't work. You saw Will Ferrell in Land of the Lost, right?
Probably way back when.
Yeah.
Came out.
If there's a full disengage, is there a full engage?
Full re-engage.
Is that a charge?
That is a pretty full engaging attack.
All right, yeah, so you make it there. You guys see him come tearing out of the grass there, huffing and puffing.
Was it him who was making all of the trees?
No, it doesn't seem like it, but you don't hear that sound anymore.
Right. So did I not cast that spell once it stopped drawing near? Okay.
No, it didn't draw near.
I'll ask him what happened.
The mother snuck up on me. I don't know how. She wasn't there, and then she was.
Well, element of surprise is gone, so let's do it the right way and quit this sneaking around business, because I am no good at it.
Agreed.
Full charge.
Maybe not quite that.
There's got to be something in between those two.
Like a full engage.
Full engage, yeah.
House rule. What does it get us?
Well, we don't get attacks of opportunity against us as we engage.
Yeah, so you can move through that first 5 feet.
Yeah. But
Okay.
it's not a charge.
And we run our full movement, right?
No.
No.
I think it's just double movement, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
For the withdraw, yeah.
So, Casimir, what do you do?
What'd you see? Other than that?
There's a path that leads up the cliffside to their encampment. At the top of it, there are a lot of rocks and some barrels. Looks like it is a very defendable position.
Do you know how many?
I don't. I could hear what sounded like 2 up above, and then the mother.
Okay, so that's the 3 that we're looking for probably then.
All right. Do you two, you and Graham, want to go try to sneak around and find a better position, and me and Finrith will walk right up to him?
Yeah, right up the gut.
I don't think sneaking is going to help against her.
Okay.
I was as quiet as I could possibly be, and somehow she was quieter and more
Could-
stealthy.
Was
Could
she
be
actually there?
magics. Yeah.
I don't know, but
I need to double your training.
I didn't stick around to find out.
Wise enough. Follow the lava?
Yeah, how do we get there?
Yeah, I'll lead them through whatever path I can to kind of up and around through the trees the way that I came back.
Okay.
Circle around the lava so we don't have to try and jump over it again. Oh yeah, by the way, Fenrith,
Yeah.
could
I'll,
you stop my leg from blistering?
Yeah, I can help you. You want to add your 7 or 6 damage that you had?
All right, so Casimir, did you move somewhere?
My 6 damage?
Yeah, because you
I
took
shouldn't
6
have.
damage for
Okay.
it. I think I did. Sorry.
I thought Brandon already put that on my character.
No,
right?
because you were
I
at 20
didn't, I
before.
forgot. Yeah, you're
Okay.
at 26 now.
So yeah, I'll add that.
Let's see. There you go.
Yep, that is definitely good enough.
All right, so you're healing Rohan.
Yeah.
So either Rohan's got to come to you or you got to go to him.
I'll.
We'll meet halfway.
Okay.
They can't agree. Oh, you compromise so quickly. Amazing.
That's teamwork. That's what we trained all those years for.
High five.
Yeah, just to meet in the middle.
Then you get into a flexing arm wrestling thing.
As soon as the healing starts, we've grouped up enough now for the fireball.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, did you guys? Okay, so we're gonna need
Do you want initiative?
not quite.
Okay.
Not quite yet. Hang on.
Graham continues to get a little bit farther away from the rest of us.
Okay, yeah. Roll initiative.
Can't go that far. So, wait, they're grouping up. Blood
Yeah,
Tooth
everybody
says,
roll
"Get out of
initiative."
here."
Initiative.
I think that's my best initiative to date. Oh, never mind. That was Rohan who rolled a 20. Dang it.
10?
All right.
I thought I rolled a 20 as I
25.
saw it come through.
I thought that's
"Man,
what you were
good."
talking about too, because that was, yeah.
Okay, so Roland goes over to Fenrith to get healed. Graham, did you want to do anything?
Well, I am still hiding where
Yeah.
I moved away from Fenrith when he cast his previous spell.
Right.
So I'm just observing.
Okay.
But if they all start moving off or they call for me, then I'll maintain this sort of rear position, a
Okay.
distance away from them.
All right.
What is this new tactic?
It's called I survive while the rest of them die.
Well, a lot of times being up front when the
Yeah.
battle would start, I would have to end up waiting
Reposition.
for you guys to engage, So
I get it.
So after a half dozen times that happening, Graham was like, "Wait a second."
Okay. So, that's it. So, Casimir, a massive arrow just slams into your arm from out of the forest
All right.
for 15 damage. So you saw the direction it came from off to the right, and that makes it Fenrith. So Fenrith, you've just finished healing Rohan when you hear the really loud sound of, an arrow. You hear the twang of a bowstring, and you look, and there's an arrow that's about, I'd say 3 times as big as one of Rohan's arrows. It's enormous. It could be used as like a short spear or javelin.
Okay.
It slammed into his arm. So it's not sticking in his arm, but it did cut him pretty good.
All right. I will cast. Let's see. What is that one? Third. I'll cast prayer, because it's a 40-foot range. Let me get back to it here. All right. Standard action, 40-foot range. All allies and foes within a 40-foot radius burst center on me. No saving throw. There is spell resistance. You bring a special favor upon yourself and your allies while bringing disfavor to your enemies. You and each of your allies gain a +1 luck bonus on attack rolls, weapon damage, saves, and skill checks, while each of your foes take a -1 penalty on such rolls.
Oh, okay. 40 feet based on you.
Yes, so 40-foot burst on me.
Here, there you are. Let me do that real quick. Okay. And that's not like a sustained or anything. It just
Nope.
happens, and they have it for how long?
That is going to last for a total of 8 rounds.
Okay, so everybody remember that. You get a +1 to whatever he said.
It's attack, saves, and skill rolls.
Attack, damage, save, skill rolls. And then which direction... Can I tell which direction that is facing, or that arrow came out of?
Yeah, it came from off to the east towards that ledge.
Okay. Let's see, 20. Like off this way?
Yeah, in that direction.
Okay. Well, were you have you told us that we were going this direction or up and over so
Yeah.
far? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll move to there.
Okay. So now that we're in initiative and combat, any square that has the big green spiky grass or the tree is double movement.
Okay. Yeah, I figured it was going to be pretty tough.
Okay. All right. So is that your turn?
Yeah, that ends me.
All right.
Does my woodland stride still work for combat turns as well?
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. All right. So you move to there, Fenrith, and this arrow just flies right past your head. And that was coming off from the northeast a bit,
So I'm
but it didn't hit you.
as I have that protection from evil on right now as well. So if they're evil, then I get a +2 to my AC. So I'll let you add
Okay.
that in
Okay.
if it applies.
All right, Casimir, your turn.
All right. So what is our plan? Are we following the lava or are we going after this guy that's been shooting at us?
I think it's in the same direction.
Same direction?
Yeah. As if we fall, it might take us a little bit out of the way, but I think it's roughly going to be in the same spot.
Yeah, there's only one path up, and I'm guessing they're shooting from the ledge. That may be wrong, but
Do you think did it look like they would be able to see this far over the treetops if they were standing up there with their height?
it's a 30-foot cliff. I think that's what you
So-
said, right?
Yeah,
So
probably give
we
them
should
enough
be able to
elevation.
Yeah, we should be able to see the
Them?
cliff over the treetops.
It's over some of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I see anybody up there?
Well, you don't have an action left to do a spot. So just with your normal, no, you don't.
Okay.
So I'll move, and then I guess I'll cast shield on myself.
Okay.
What was that? Okay, so shield goes off.
All right.
And that's my turn.
Okay. All right. Now. All right. So, well, some of you, yeah, pretty much all of you, except for Graham. Now that you were looking towards that ledge, you do see a couple of giants step up to the edge of it. I'll describe them in a second. These ones, as you get a good look at them, they've got big rocks in their hands. And they're, tossing them up and catching them, and they're scanning around looking. These ones are wearing, you'd imagine, probably 11 feet tall. And they're wearing chainmail, and you can see they've got massive great axes in their other hands, just hanging on to them. And they've got a rock in the other, tossing it up, scanning the forest there. So you see those ones now.
I think that you were supposed to have an archer battle with her. Do it.
Now that brings us back to Rohan.
Okay. So I'll 5, 10, 15, 20. So I'll move up along that lava stream.
Okay.
And from there, do I have a clear line of sight to one of the ones with rocks? Like this one up on the northern one?
Yeah, you can see him. He sees you too. He's pointing you out to the other one.
Do I hide or do I fire?
Why not both?
'Cause I don't think I can do both.
Well,
After I
always
move
go for the kill.
Yeah, I'll hide.
Hiding didn't help you last time, did it?
Not really. Well, it kept me from these guys noticing.
Unless they were just putting on a show.
All right, so I will take 2 arrows out of my quiver
Okay.
as I walk and fire both of them with a single shot. So that's a shot. Both of them have the same attack.
All right. So,
Actually, one higher than that because of the prayer bonus.
okay. Yeah. All right. So you shoot 2 arrows and you watch them both sail and stick into his stomach. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Okay.
Remember to add your +1 to that too.
Yeah. All right. So there's the first one and the second one.
Okay. Yeah. So these arrows stick into his stomach, and he gives a hearty laugh, tossing his rock up and down.
Okay. And Yeah, I think that's all I can do this turn.
Okay, Graham.
So I'll use my standard action.
Well, hang on a second. So you see off to your right, you see this female giant with a massive bow, and she's stalking through the trees and grass with alarming stealth. But you spot her. She's taking aim at like towards Casimir or Fenrith, but that's what you see.
It was meant to be.
Well, I'll brace for it, like to defend myself. So I'll take total defense, and I'll just ready an action to move, depending on what she does. So basically, stay hiding.
Okay.
So
Yeah, you hear Bloodtooth say, "Oh, imagine how much life is in that." Right, so you're gonna, what, like delay until she goes or something?
well, no, I guess since I don't know what I'm readying for, so I'm just going to use my standard action to take total defense, and then I'll just stay hidden there for now.
Okay.
So,
All right. Where are you? All right. So yeah, she draws her bowstring back and lets loose another arrow. This time at Fenrith. Let's see. Right. So this arrow streaks by and slams into a tree right next to you, Fenrith.
All right. Can I gauge a bit more which direction that was coming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you saw the angle it came from. Okay. All right. Rohan, you hear some whispering from somewhere to the north of you, and you feel this immense pressure centered, right above like in the bridge of your nose. Let's see, you will need... And suddenly, you can't see anything. You are 100% blind. Everything goes black.
Okay.
All right, and then... All right, so let me make sure real quick. If you lose AC, if you're blinded...
I think he's flat-footed.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Which is all of my AC.
All right, so...
May not survive this.
You cannot see. You take a -2 penalty to armor class. You lose your dex bonus to armor class. You move at half speed, and you take a -4 penalty on search checks and on most strength and dexterity-based skill checks. All checks and activities that rely on vision automatically fail. All opponents are considered to have total concealment. All right, so what would your AC be then without...
You can use your
dex?
hero point.
If I'm flat-footed,
That's a good point.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'll use my hero point to reroll my fort save.
Did you add the +1? I don't know if
It was
would have helped
automatically
on that
rolled.
one. Oh, okay. I don't know if a 14 would have gotten it, but
Nope. Right, go ahead. I'll let you do that. Go ahead and re-roll your fort save.
Okay. I've got 0 luck of heroes left.
Okay, so forget what I said. You feel this immense pressure in your head. You hear
Thank you, John.
a sharp utterance and from where you had heard the whispering, but then it passes.
And that was north of me?
Yeah, a little north, maybe to the west a bit. But you definitely recognize the feeling of a spell being cast.
Okay.
All right, so now, where is it? Oh, hang on. Yeah, there we go. This massive rock comes sailing through the air and slams into you.
I get a +1 on that, right? On my AC?
yeah. Or no, sorry, not on AC.
Not
Just
on AC. Okay.
yeah, attack damage, saves and skills.
Okay.
From that one you shot. He sighted you in pretty good, and he tossed it. So 16 points of damage there.
I did more to him than he did to me.
So you laugh it off?
Yep.
You notice as the pieces break apart and fall at your feet, each one is actually a grenade,
Ah.
and they explode. You die.
What is your AC?
But he points and laughs, and he says something. It's a language you don't understand, but
What's yours?
it's
22
clearly
right
a
now.
taunt.
Yeah.
Fenrith.
What's yours? So, let's see. Activate or mark off the round for prayer. And then I'll activate haste boots. Let's see. And then I will cast Shield of Faith on Rohan. Come on. There. So you get, let's see, it's going to last for 8 minutes. Spell creates a shimmering magical field around the touched creature that averts attacks. The spell grants the subject a +2 deflection bonus to AC with an additional +1 to the bonus for every 6 levels. You have up to a maximum of +5. So right now you get a +3.
What sort of bonus is that?
It's a deflection bonus.
Okay.
I'll just go under miscellaneous.
I think that it's DEF on the
Deflection. Okay.
yeah
So you said 3.
yeah +3.
Okay.
And it'll go for 8 minutes.
If we're still in combat 8 minutes from now, then I'll be amazed.
And that is, that's my turn.
All right.
It increases my AC by 1 more as well for the haste bonus.
All right. So with a roar much closer than you expected, this giant, female giant, comes tearing across towards you, wielding a massive club, spiked club, Rohan, which she attacks you with.
I think there were more giants than they led us to believe.
No. She had several daughters, I thought, or a daughter anyway,
Oh.
and then several sons. And 2 of them she didn't want, so she dashed them.
Those 2, yeah.
And then others, 2 others or whatever.
Oh, okay. Miscounted it.
Yeah, I think they're pretty accurate on their count there. Pretty
All
good.
right. So this club swings down. It smashes through branches and slams into you for 16 points damage. So this one, as you get a close look at her, you can definitely see the resemblance. She's just, nowhere near as pretty or intelligent looking as her mother, but you can definitely see the resemblance.
Okay.
Okay, Casimir. So now you can clearly see her up there.
All right. Going to move to there. And I'm going to cast Mirror Image on myself.
Okay.
All right. Mirror Image goes off.
Okay.
And then I'm going to roll 1d4 plus 1, I believe, to get how many mirror images pop up.
Nice.
So at the very least, it's 5. I'll double check all that. And that's my turn.
Okay, hang on 1 second. +1 image per 3 caster levels.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So,
1d4 plus 1 per 3. So,
all right. So,
5. What is your...
I'm a caster level 4.
Oh,
yeah, okay. So 5 then.
Nice. It's good.
So when they go to attack me, they'd have to guess out of like a 1d6 would work on the first one, I guess.
Yeah. All right, so that's your turn.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, another boulder comes for you, Rohan. But this one misses. It sails way overhead. And now it's your turn.
Okay. So I'm going to step back and away from the pissed off female ogre.
Yeah, I think there's no way you don't get she doesn't get an attack on you here.
Well, you might be able to 5 foot, yeah.
Well,
'Cause
he
you're
moves
Woodland
normal
Shrine.
speed, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, never mind. Yeah.
But yeah, as I step back, I'll say there's a caster in these woods to the north of us. And then I will do a full volley trying to hit this one as hard as I can.
I wonder if I was technically metagaming. I figured she was close enough for us to see if we were near Rohan.
The caster or the other one?
The one that ran up on us, on you, hit you with the club.
Yeah, you probably...
Oh, are they different people? I was under the
Yeah.
assumption they were the same.
Yeah,
No.
that's a different person than the caster he just told us about.
Yeah, this one doesn't appear to be casting spells, but yeah, 3 arrows at her.
Well,
It's
they're
insanity.
they're
man.
giants. We don't really like. They
Okay,
could
one
like
second.
Yeah.
all the wizards we've met. Me are a little mix of both here,
Yeah,
and the ogre, I guess.
it didn't. Did it not target her?
No, it doesn't look like it did. But if you target her now, then do it, you should be able to still apply the damage.
Yeah, the whole taking it and dropping the action on him doesn't
Yeah.
always seem to work.
Yeah. Well,
don't-
now that we know the control click, at least
Don't do your damage quite yet.
Okay.
Ah, blur.
Right. So, an odd thing happens here. Like you fire, and you know it's going to hit her, but as your arrows sail through, she's just a little bit to the left of where you thought she was.
For all 3 shots?
No, for the first.
Oh, okay.
So far. The second one hits her, but the third one does that same weird thing where you shot true, but for some reason she was just a tiny bit to the side. So,
Okay.
it's a confusing effect that's going on here. So go ahead and roll your damage for the one that hit. Okay. Yeah, so she's got nicely made hide armor, and that arrow punctures through, and you can see the look on her face of like surprise followed quickly by rage.
But yeah, that's all I can do this turn.
Okay. Graham.
All right, we'll try to get in position for glory here. So I'll click on my haste boots. Standard action, I'll maintain my total defense, and I'll take a move action, staying hidden in this underbrush if I can.
Okay.
So I can make it up to there. Do you want new hide, new move silently?
Yeah.
Tower?
Yeah. Oh, nice. Good rolls.
For
And-
him.
That's it for now.
I do my spot and my listen. Okay. You see no indication that she's noticed you. All right. So she actually walks right past you. It's spooky how quiet she's being considering how big she is, but she walks right past you and stops here. So you get an attack of opportunity if you want to take it.
Yeah, it's,
From the sneak
Bloodtooth
position.
really wants you to.
yeah, I think it's one attack either way, so I'll go ahead and take this one. Get a +2 there.
Don't forget the +1 from John.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Can I use my lucky heroes after I know the result?
Hang on a second.
I suppose odds, it would be good to use it anyways. Right, Justin?
Odds, yes.
Yeah, you can use it if you want.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and...
She'd also be considered flat-footed in this case, wouldn't she?
Yeah.
That's actually a 25. I didn't
Yeah, but
put
with
the
a
+2.
giant, that doesn't. They're not losing a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
So I got a 25 on the second one. I forgot to add.
Yeah,
Don't
that's a
forget
hit.
to target her.
I got it now.
Actually, I don't know. You probably
So-
are. I don't think I can see your guys' targets.
So stab
Yeah.
level for
Yeah,
you
he
would
is.
be her
You can see it on the
hamstring,
combat tracker.
Right.
lower hamstring, knee. So whatever.
Well, I wanted to know, I couldn't remember if I could release both jewels at the same time or not. Or was it just one per attack?
Well, I think you could. Yeah, you can do it both. You can go it all at once. Because I know we've done that for healing.
Okay.
So yeah, you can go all at once if you want.
All right, so the damage, the sneak attack, and both of the jewels. So here's the...
Did you ever figure out if they scale with your sneak attacks or?
no, they're a
Locked.
flat 2d6.
Okay.
So that's that. Here's... Oh, apparently that one's broken. Roll my sneak attack. Here's jewel number 1
Nice.
and jewel number 2.
Nice.
Nice. All right. But you don't gain one when you use.
Right.
Okay.
Gotcha. Of course, maybe I wasn't
Oh,
targeting
shoot. You weren't. So how much? Let's count this all
It
up.
looked like he was.
Yeah, it shows on
Yeah.
the tracker, but so it looks like we got
So-
20
I'm not
one.
seeing it.
on the combat tracker. I'm targeting Volga.
Oh, I
Baga.
mean, yeah, it just didn't apply it.
Looks
Right,
like
yeah.
42.
Yeah.
It's almost massive damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not for a giant.
42.
That's true.
42 damage.
Still impressive.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why didn't it apply it?
Oh, I think maybe
Was it
you
not?
think it because I was out of range technically for a melee attack.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
That probably is. That could
No,
be.
because me and Fenrith have hit each other.
Yeah.
At
when we're messing
range,
around.
yeah, and I was thinking I've done it.
Is
too.
it could just be that you haven't made it damage? It doesn't know what it's rolling for.
Yeah. Its type is untyped.
Oh.
2d6 equals 9. Yeah, 2d6.
But they're all like, and my dagger's been like that forever.
But it's
been applied.
classified as an attack, and the damage is factored into that. So you might need to make like a sneak
Right.
attack damage roll.
Yeah, I got
It does say damage. Damage M.
I got all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damage M.
I'll tell
well.
you.
I
Anyway,
don't know.
where did you want to attack her?
Yeah, so you said if I can only go for the lower
Hamstring it.
portion. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So she goes sneaking by, and you just see,
Massive Achilles tendon.
giant, yeah.
Yeah.
And you just take blood tooth and you just slice, and it feels like literally like butter. It just slides in, and you hear a snap, and you see her calf muscle roll up. Right.
Don't. We need to take a break now. You gotta go empty my gut here.
Yeah. And so she screams, the top of her lungs. And, she
Yeah,
screams and
Yeah.
drops to her knee. And that'll be her turn.
Now I'm very frightened. Because she's alive still.
Don't worry. It's only a -20 to your hide right now. She might not see you.
All right. Casimir, Rohan, and Fenrith all roll listens in the tower. Right.
Did you guys add your +1?
Oh, I didn't.
That's okay. I'll add it. You all hear something large walk directly past you to your left, heading down towards the area Graham's in. When you look, you don't see anything. And then Rohan,
Yep.
by Rohan I mean Fenrith, a boulder comes sailing through the air toward you,
Okay.
and it slams into you for 13 damage.
Okay.
And now it's your turn, Fenrith.
Okay. So I'll move to there, and then I will heal Rohan.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Okay, this giantess steps forward. She raises her club in two hands, and she swings it down on Rohan for 15 damage.
Well, Fenrith, it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back with healing me.
Casimir.
Yeah, we've got to get up there.
Attack opportunity against me. I'll move to here.
She'll take it.
All right. Was it AC as well, John, or just no? Okay.
So we'll do a 1d6.
All right.
And so what number are you?
I'll be 1.
Okay. Hang on. Okay, we got a 2.
Okay. So it's I believe it's a 12 AC, and any hit she does to it will pop it probably.
All right, so we'll just roll in case she gets a 1. She didn't, so she popped that one.
All right. So I'm going to attack her with my weapon, wielded in 2 hands.
Okay.
I'm going to -4 to my attack to add to my damage.
All right.
There we go.
So that's a miss.
All right. And that's my turn.
I kind of want to taunt her. Now she knows how it feels to swing at something that's there and have it not be there.
Oh, yeah. Her attack opportunity.
Yeah. Thank you, Casimir. You have avenged my miss with the blur.
All right. So I guess that's Casimir now. So a boulder sails your way. So let's see if it even would hit first.
So I guess you could keep rolling that 1d6, and now I'm 1 and 2.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, it wouldn't hit you anyway. So this sails over your heads.
If he rolls a 1d10, then you could be 1 and 2.
Well, if it's just on the 1d6, is what I was saying. Just keep the same dice and just -1 at each time, essentially. Not going for actual percentages, just making it random.
Okay, Rohan, your turn.
All right, so I'll 5-foot step back this direction. When that thing walked past us, do I see any kind of like branches moving out of the way or anything that I might be able to target?
You don't now. No. You did smell a sweet, flowery scent, but only briefly. No, do a well, no, that was what your roll was. So no, you don't.
So the other giantess that screamed as Graham slashed her, can I see her?
Yes, she's down on her knee, but you can still see her through
Okay.
the trees. Yeah.
Does she have the same kind of weird blurry effect that?
And well, you didn't notice it until
you tried to
the
shoot.
arrow was about to hit where you had aimed. So you can't say for sure.
Okay, so I can only assume that Graham is down there by himself attacking this giantess.
Right.
So I'm going to target her
Okay.
instead of the one that now has Casimir and Fenrith between me and it.
Okay.
And I will shoot 3 arrows at her.
Okay. So 2 of those arrows hit.
Okay.
You added your +1 to all those.
I don't think it much mattered, right? Oh, maybe on that third one.
Maybe.
Yeah, with that, I didn't. Would the third one, the 21, hit if it was a 22?
Yeah.
Okay, then that one would have been a hit as well. I forgot to add the +1 from his prayer.
Okay. Roll for damage.
Okay. That's a lot
Remember
of
the
dice.
+1 on all these.
Oh, I forgot that.
So just add 3.
Add 3 to it. Yeah, so 25.
All right. Yeah. So all 3 of your arrows slam into her, and she's already like looking down at her leg, and they slam into her upper chest, and so she wheels around, casting about. She's got a panic look on her face now.
Give her the archer hello.
That was
Or actually, I think it's that back in the day. That's where it got it from.
Graham, your turn.
All right, so I'm going to tumble, flee a little ways, and try to hide again.
Okay.
This always cracks me up. I always envision it like a land shark through the underbrush.
So yeah, do some backflips and, start a dive from here underneath cover and like end up over here would be the idea. So she sees me go down somewhere right there. And then, so let's do the tumble.
You seen Yes Man?
Remember to add your +1 to this.
There's a scene in it where like a homeless guy just goes and dives into a bush and disappears. That's kind of what I'm envisioning him doing.
So that one's good, unless I had any negative modifiers.
No, you're good. Well, actually, there might be some negative modifiers.
All right.
I think there might be like a -5 for rough terrain or something like that.
And here's my new hide. Oh, sorry. Those all go in the tower.
Jeez, Travis. When will you learn? I just roll everything in the tower now.
What were these? What did you roll?
The tumble, I got a 20, and then that was for where I ended up hiding.
Okay. All right.
Did you see? I can take a peek at tumble as well.
Yeah, tumble is a -2 or a +2 modifier for lightly obstructed or light undergrowth.
So 17 or 20.
Yeah, +5 would be for severely obstructed or dense undergrowth.
I just
18 or 21.
what's that?
Or no, you added it. Sorry.
So I just barely met the worst undergrowth condition.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's all I can do. Unless I can combine tumble and hide in the same move action.
No.
Okay.
No. Okay. So what happens now? She's trying to struggle to get some cover behind a tree and she's not even bothering to try to look for you now. She's just trying to get cover from the arrows. All right. So
I suppose if I'm looking that direction, I'd probably see you just go diving into some bushes.
Through the spray of blood.
Yeah.
Graham tumbles through the blood drops.
What's Bloodteeth doing right now after that? Gonna calm down for a little while.
I
and
want
peace
more,
down.
probably. Do it again.
Go finish her off. Go finish her off.
I'm going to teach you a word, Graham. It's called coup de grace.
I don't think invisibility made it back into that ring after it got used, did it?
No, I have it prepared, but I haven't used it yet.
No.
So it was going to go back onto it. You probably have an invisible person coming your way right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a feeling that if I manage to finish this giantess off, then she'll be coming for me.
No, I got some scrolls of sea invisibility, which you probably know about if you can get over here, Graham, if you for some reason need them, in my pack.
Yeah, I had taken off invisibility purge for create food and water.
That's what you get for being charitable.
Yep.
Charity.
Let him starve.
Never again.
Although I do still have
all
my
right.
dispel.
So Rohan, Fenrith, and Casimir, you see over here popping into existence there, standing there staring at you, moving her hands, an extraordinarily beautiful white-haired giantess. And you all have to do a will save.
Nice.
And Fenrith failed. And
Luck of Heroes.
Ah, yeah.
As if it's how would you use dispel magic as a counter spell? Do you
have to prepare it.
declare it?
Yeah.
Like that? Okay.
You have to ready an action.
Okay, so so you feel this way. All three of you feel this wave of extraordinary terror wash over you, and Rohan and Casimir, you are shaken for 1 round.
And what does shaken entail?
The people who are shaken take a -2 on attack rolls, saving throws, skill checks, and ability checks for a round. So now, Casimir, a boulder flies at you, but misses again. So after that throw, you hear him say something that most certainly is a curse, and he hops down to the ground, hefting his massive great axe. And okay, Fenrith, you're shaken for 1 round, and now it's your turn.
So what actions am I able to take being shaken?
I believe you just get a
Yeah,
minus.
All
Yeah,
normal
it's just a minus. I think it's a -2 to stuff.
Okay.
So you get a -2 penalty on attack rolls, saving throws, skill checks, and ability checks for
Okay.
1 round.
So that's
And because you're affected by it, by the actual thing, you don't have to. It should automatically modify all your stuff that is affected by it.
oh,
yeah.
okay.
Like
Yeah,
our
'cause
fatigue worked. Yeah.
I put it in your effects, so you shouldn't have to do anything.
All right. Let's see. And we're able to see her now.
For now, yeah.
Okay.
The white-haired one, yeah.
You would delay an action to do that.
Okay. So
You would say you're going to delay your shot until you start casting.
Is it?
I will.
They'd have to roll.
I'll use my last 4th level for divine power on myself,
Okay.
and then that'd be and then I think that it's going to get a an attack of opportunity there as well.
Yeah, she'll take it. And that's a hit.
So does she have the evil alignment as well? Because I'd have a +2. Oh, wait, am I taking a +2
Giants
already?
don't have an evil subtype.
Well,
But she
they
might
do
be
have
evil.
an alignment.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you'd get a +2.
So it'd be 27 would be the AC, unless I'm taking a -2 from that being shaken
Which you
as
are.
well. Okay.
Yeah. So 26 damage.
Okay. And that would be my turn.
All right. Well, she'll swing at you again.
Okay. So am I no longer shaken then?
No, it'd be the start of our next one.
When your
Okay.
next turn. But she missed anyways. Casimir.
I'm going to full attack. I'm not going to minus anything.
Okay.
Dang it. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Now we're going to have a damn giant with a great axe coming our way, too. It's probably a huge weapon, right? Or, yeah, large, huge. Because it's a large weapon for a medium-sized character.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
You do see him coming towards you at a leisurely pace. And that's where he stops. And that brings us to Rohan.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 5-foot step back and away, target Mama Baga, and I am going to delay multi-shot action for if she starts to cast or attack,
Okay.
in hopes of disrupting any spell casting that she's doing.
All right.
And that's my turn.
Okay, Graham.
All right, I want to sneak up behind this archer and try to do some more damage. So let's remain hidden. Here's move silently. No good.
The one. Oh, it's a skill, though.
And hide. Well, I wouldn't know what that is, but I do have a luck at heroes left, so I'll just hold on to it.
Well, you see she does swing her head around.
All right. Does it alert her in time to take the attack of opportunity she might have if she were aware of me?
No.
But I'd lose the sneak attack.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll just attack defensively.
Okay. Well, wait. Will you get a sneak attack anytime they don't have their dex?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you still get your sneak attack then.
Oh, perfect. Then I'll just attack. Sneak attack happening. I'll stick with that one, hopefully.
What is that, a 20?
But
That's a hit.
That sneak attack's a 17.
Not a 19?
No, it doesn't have the +2 on it.
Okay.
Because it has a +1 though, right?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just on the damage
base
for my
damage?
weapon, yeah.
Oh, I see what you did there. You have it split. Okay.
Right, so she's down on a knee, so you can get the kidneys here.
Yeah, that's what I'll go for.
Yeah. Yeah, so her back arches and she screams, "Mother!"
And that's it for me.
You do have a summon monster and a mirror image on that ring. If you
Yeah.
start getting heated.
Yeah, I will do that if she decides to give me a walloping.
Okay, she does. So she turns and stands, so you can slash at her if you want.
Okay. Is that a 19 hit?
Yeah. I can't see. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, that'll hit this time.
That came through immediately that time. Do you have to sneak attack to unload those rubies? Or is it just with any
I don't
hit?
think so. Because I could do it with... I
So-
could do the healing at any time.
Could you unload the ruby you just got?
That's true. Cool. Yeah, I'll put the ruby on her.
Okay.
Everybody's waiting for me to roll. I swear I did it.
I can see it off like out of the corner of my eye that you roll, and then
All right. Yeah, so you slash her in the knee as she turns around. But she's standing up now, and she's got her club in both hands raised above her head. You can see insane rage in her face as she attacks you. So here's what we'll do. She's going to power attack.
Uh-oh.
But she missed, so slams into the ground next to you.
How much did she minus?
A 5.
Would have been an extra 10 probably there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have hurt.
All right. So now the mother, she only spares her daughter a sneer when she cried out to her.
And I thought my family was rough.
And so then she goes to cast a spell, Rohan.
Okay. This is the one roll for 2 arrows coming at her for the multi-shot.
Okay. That missed.
Okay. Yeah, that shaking hurt.
Don't worry. We just gotta survive till next round. Then it wears off. Clear skies and a bright dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she raises her hand and points it at you. And
Power word kill.
almost.
Disintegrate?
No.
Aha.
Oh. Ah. Don't worry, we'll get your dust a proper burial.
I don't get it. Okay, so she hits you with this black ray and you are exhausted.
That's worse than being shaken.
Yeah.
You're basically a zombie now.
Yeah. Now exhaust is what, partial actions only?
I believe so.
Yeah.
So hang on one second. No. Where are you? Right. So now you're exhausted. And you move at half speed and take a -6 to strength and dex. After 1 hour of complete rest, an exhausted character becomes fatigued.
Maybe it
Is
was,
that the only thing that'll take
A
care of
fatigued
that?
character becomes exhausted by doing something that would normally cause fatigue.
Restoration or
that's
something
it.
like that,
Yeah.
right?
Would
Probably.
restoration work?
Probably. I don't know. It doesn't say in this, but
What even was that?
what,
Do they
restoration?
have a ray of exhaustion?
ray of exhaustion.
Yeah.
I've never even... I don't think I've ever even seen that spell.
You know, out of all of the spells to roll a 1 on my save, that was probably the best one to happen.
Well, come back to Papa Fenrith and I'll take care of you.
So that'll last 9 rounds. Not that you know that.
So when it wears off, is he fatigued then?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's...
And then she strides off in this direction, and let's see. That'll bring us to this other one up on the ledge. He disappears. He takes a step back, and you can't see him anymore.
Uh-oh. They're going to prepare the ballista.
they're all invisible giants. Giants of invisibility.
Best kind of giant.
If you're the giant.
All right, Fenrith, now it's your turn.
Okay, I'll full attack. Activate haste boots, full attack.
Okay.
I think I'm real close to getting haste. Really want it.
Trade boots.
No. I like my boots.
What's happening?
There it goes.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Oh, that's why it was taking a while.
All right, so that's a hit.
Okay, why didn't it roll the other ones?
I saw several rolls.
You know, there's maybe something going wrong with it as a whole tonight, so
The server, yeah.
have to limp
Alright.
along as best we can.
Do you want me to go ahead and just roll the other ones separately then?
Yeah. All right, so that's a
What?
they are.
almost a critical hit.
Oh.
So you got 2 hits.
Okay.
So
All right,
roll
and
down.
then the extra one from haste. Jeez.
another hit.
Okay.
So 3 hit. Roll for damage. That's some really good damage.
That is.
Yeah, so you slash across, her legs and upper thighs, and your blade with the flame bites into her, and she screams in pain. Blood's pouring down to the ground. What else?
That should be it. That'll be full round.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to have to stop here for the night.
All right.
Thanks for the game, Brennan.
Yeah, man. Thanks.
It makes it really interesting when this thing is lagging because, like, it's coming through on your.
This has been a Death Watch production. Thank you for listening.